Hello. I love this book, Something from Nothing by Phoebe Gilman. It's just a really super book. It's adapted from an old Jewish folk tale. It's about a little boy called Joseph who is given, when he is born, a blanket by his grandfather, who was a tailor. And Joseph loves this blanket so much he eventually wears it out. And his mum says, "You've got to throw it out, it's worn out, it's frazzled, it's torn, it's a mess." Joseph says, "No way, take it to Grandpa, he'll fix it." And indeed, Grandpa does fix it. Grandpa, being the master tailor, turns it into a jacket. That gets worn out. Joseph loves it so much he wears it out, and then Grandpa can fix it, and he turns it into a waistcoat. Ta-da! There he is. And so on and so on. It gets smaller and smaller and smaller until you get to the end of the story. But it's fab. The illustrations are great. Lovely details. Joseph full of life. My favourite thing was, and my daughter's favourite thing, was the family of mice that lived underneath the floorboards, who furnished their entire house with offcuts and trimmings from Peter's blanket. They make tablecloths and curtains, tablecloths, curtains, dungarees, bed linen, all sorts. Peter's relationship with his grandpa is touching. There's really lovely the way it sort of addresses the notion of recycling. Doesn't kind of labour the point, but it's obviously a theme, and that's a really interesting one for children to discuss, how things can be upcycled, reused, especially things that they are so that they love. But it's also really interesting from a historical point of view and a religious or cultural point of view, because it's set in, I'd say, late 19th century Europe, in a predominantly Jewish village or a Jewish village or community, and there's lots of references to Judaism and Jewish culture in the book. There's a pretzel seller wandering along the road here. All the women are wearing their tichels, and the men and boys are in their kippahs. Here they are on a Friday evening celebrating Shabbat, and in the school that Joseph goes to, indeed that the mice go to, they are learning Hebrew. It's really an interesting aspect of the story, which I really enjoyed talking about and looking at with my daughter. So I really recommend this book. I've no idea how this book ended up on my shelf. I'm guessing it was a gift from somebody that I didn't notice, but I'm so pleased it made its way onto my shelf, because it's a fab book, and I recommend it makes its way onto your shelf too. Something from Nothing by Phoebe Gilman.